Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Joe Wright, and I'm here with the Extreme Forces League Christmas Cracker 80 from Kansas in the ARCA cars. It's going to be a wild race. These guys are able to almost keep that thing floored all the way around. A little blip on entry, but loose off, so it's going to be a good race tonight here from Kansas. As you can see here on your screen, you see the current team points for the Extreme Forces League. And that's Buck Wild Racing there at the top with 163 points. In second, you got the Misfits with 158. SCR Stanley Everett Racing, the sponsor for tonight's race, 143 points. Tied with Intensity Neon Racing with 143. And then ILT Motorsports 137 and Far North Motorsports at 113. Some good competition here in tonight's race. Your current Extreme Forces points leader, Devin Bacino, with a win locked in. Dustin Buck got a win last week. He makes him locked in. Alan Warnicki's in second. Lee Krause in third. Ian Qualley in fourth. Dylan Redding up to P5. Chad Waller sixth. Devin Smith seventh. Tyler Aspinall eighth. Josh Fox ninth. And Jake Ellingson in 10th. So if Grandma Ellingson is watching, there you go. A quick shout out to Atman Weiss for the Intensity Broadcasting LED. Him and Dayton hooking my brother up with that. I wanted to show it off. That's why I pulled on the cam. You were asking, Tyler. So there you go. You'll see a little LED in the background. It's pretty sweet. So I had to throw it up there for him. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the Extreme Forces Racing League guys, as well as all the other leagues we do. This is the beginning of a holiday week. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. If we see you on track, good luck. If not, hopefully you got something good, make you better for next year. Getting down to business. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here at Kansas in practice. We look on board with Dylan Dunford here. Dylan Dunford second fastest. Dustin Buck currently your fastest. So your winner from last week, Dustin Buck, showing up again this week, fastest in practice. Devin Bacino, your other winner, P3 right now on the board in practice. That's Devin there in that green 00. How about Rowdy Tony Richardson? Not much from him this year so far, but P11 right now in practice. Let's see what he can do. Logan Hagerman's up to 6. Alan Wernicke 8th. Alan had a great run last week, coming in second. Dean Qualley, the owner of the league, currently running P19 in practice. But as you can see, these guys pretty strung out. I think some of the draft might have something to do with some of those hot lap times, so we'll see as we go. That's that Extreme Forces 17 machine. How about Dylan Redding? Ooh, Dylan Redding a little loose as we get to him there, coming off the corner. I talked about that a little bit at the beginning of that. It is wise to get as much throttle out of it as you can, but you gotta dance that line of loose on, loose off. How about Atman Weiss and that new paint job provided by Morris Customs 78 machine, under pressure now from behind by the 23. This is just practice. Another minute and 50 or so left here in practice. And that man into the wall. About Austin Green of Cookeville, Tennessee, the number 15 machine. He's currently P21 on the board. Some of these guys maybe not getting the draft or maybe struggling a little bit. Points leader into the wall there. Or I'm not sorry, points leader, but winner from last week, Dustin Buck. Like he struggled a little bit there hanging on to it. Lee Krause as well. You can kind of tell those paint jobs are pretty similar, those guys' teammates. Daniel Stagner in the old Milwaukee machine. sorry, Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee's a beer. I think that's just a Milwaukee, like the power tools. That's pretty funny. Derek Chapu in the Reese's machine. Currently P37 on the board. Chapu not showing out today. He doesn't want to show off. Rob Hamilton looks like he might be struggling a little bit as well. I think tonight's race is going to come down to a couple of drivers. Ooh, Dunford really loose as you watch Hagerman spin it right behind him. So we talked about it. Hot on entry, a little blip back to the throttle, and they're going to be loose off early in these runs. Then they'll start fighting that tight off if they get too much throttle into it. So we'll see how this thing shakes out. It's got about 10 seconds left here in practice, and we'll be right back. All right, we're going to be getting going here in qualifying. And as you can see, we'll start with Dylan Dunford. We'll see what he can do. I would imagine the second lap will be fastest, so first lap will be an out lap here. And then first go lap will be just to keep the car and tires intact. And then your go lap will be that second lap, I think. That was my my practice, my short practice that I ran. That's what I would say you'd do. We'll see what he does. See him high wide, a little loose off. You see he's just keeping it wide. Trying to hang on to those tires here. Oh, hang on to it, Dylan. Next lap will be the go lap for him, so let's see if he can find that happy balance here. You hear that, just a real quick blurp of the gas and just riding that line there and being sideways and not. Dylan getting off the corner really well down the back stretch here. Gonna be a tough place to pass, as a low line is gonna have to be a place you're gonna have to pass people. And you see Dylan P10. Oh, sorry, he's gonna be P2. Dustin Buck on his second lap now. See if he can improve on his first lap. Way out of the throttle, not going to happen for Dustin. How about Logan Hagerman? As he's done with his. Dave Wright. Sounds like he's done as well. Let's see if we can find somebody who hasn't gridded. There we go. Tyler Aspinall. Haven't talked much about him this season in this league. Let's see what he can do here. He says, happy birthday, Mom and Grammy. They have the same birthday? Tyler, we'll have to talk about it. Concentrate on your qualifying. As Tyler comes to the line on his first lap. Tyler right up against that wall, pretty much in the throttle the whole way through the corner. He's going to get a great run down the backstretch here. So it looks like that's a preferred line right up against that wall. Riding that ragged edge of loose on, loose off. Tyler getting all he can out of it. They're at the line that's good enough for P8 for him. On board now with Chad Waller, the 66. Chad way out of the throttle. Tyler Markle comes to the line on his first go lap. I guess that was his second. This will be his second. Tyler as well, way out of the throttle there. See what Tyler can do on his second lap. Slight improvement up to P24. So Dean Qualley, Tony Richardson, Brandon Richardson, and Daniel Stagner not hitting the track yet. Shout out to Stanley Everett Racing for sponsoring tonight's race, as usual. And we'll take you through the field. Here's the grid. And I must have missed it, but Farron Elam Jr., your pole sitter. As soon as he jumps in the car, we'll take you there. All right, well, Farron Elam Jr. will start on the pole in the 24 machine. Outside of him will be Lee Krause in the 99. A lot of these guys do not grid, as sometimes these things come down to fuel runs, and, well, so they don't grid. Dylan Dunford, 94 machine, P3. Dustin Buck will start P4. Josh Fox will start P5. Alan Wernicke will start outside of him. Devin Bacino starts P7 in the 00 green machine. Jake Ellingson in the 88. I'm sorry, in the 27. Tyler Aspinall in the 45. Ben Park in the 23 starting P10. Logan Hagerman with that Logan and Cody show. Check it out if you haven't heard it. That's some funny stuff in that 11th spot. And speaking of 11th, there's the 11 car of Dylan Redding in P12, just outside of Logan. Chad Waller is going to start 13th. Dave Wright has yet to grid. He will start P14. P15 is Donnie Bartlett. 16th, you have Bradley Stefan. Austin Green will start 17th in the 15 machine. Jesse Adams, 18th. Sam Serco will start 19th. 20th is Atman Weiss. Matthew Setzer will start 3rd. Or I'm sorry, start 21st in the 3 machine. Devin Smith Mister will start 22nd in that 95. Derek Chaput in the 37 will roll off 23rd. Tyler Markle, 24th. John Bartlett running the number 16, but loaded in as the 39. He'll be starting 25th. Mick Olofsson outside of him, Rob Hamilton, Dean Qualley, Daniel Stagner, Brandon Richardson, and rounding out your field will be Rowdy Tony Richardson. But Farron Elam Jr. in that 24 machine with the hot lap is going to be your pole sitter. As we're about to take the green flag here at Kansas Speedway in the Christmas Cracker 80. Farron Elam Jr., Lee Krause to the line, and the green flag is out. We are racing here at Kansas Speedway. Dylan Dunford looks to the inside into turn 1. This is going to be the time to make that move here in turn 1. Once once you get through this turn, it's going to be difficult to make that move. As he was clear momentarily, but not going to be able to clear up in front of that 24 machine. Let's see if he can get it to roll through turns 3 and 4 and get up in front of him. It's going to be a tall task, as that outside line is dominant here at Kansas. Farron keeping it rolling on that outside line as they enter into turn 1 for the second time. And this time, Dunford able to clear on entry. Will he slowly slide up? Yeah, he does. And that'll change the game for him, as he had some help from behind from Lee Krause. Lee Krause now looks underneath. And great racing throughout the field. But your leader currently, Dylan Dunford, holding that high line and letting it fly. Behind them, we see some guys fanned out making moves. Some notables already. Logan Hagerman up 4 positions. Devin Bacino as well. You can see both those guys riding that high line. There's Logan in the 7. Dylan Redding's up 3. Dave Wright up 2. Those are your big movers so far. So they're going to start flirting with that wall, and some guys are going to get stuck on it. Dylan Redding now closes that distance to Logan Hagerman. That's going to help Logan get around the top here. As a 72 and 68. Ooh, the 68 tight on exit. Almost gets into Redding. That's Buck Wild racing loose through the tri-oval. He hangs on to it, though. That's a 68 of Dustin Buck. Really going for it there and losing a little bit of time to the rest of the field here. Alan Wernicke's going to stay low. He likes that low line, it seems. Dave Wright working the outside line here on Josh Fox. Pretty decent gap between Farron Elam and Dylan Dunford. 3/10 of a second now. 4/10 back to Bacino. And Aspinall all over the back of Bacino right now. Looks like he lost a little bit there. Got some tight racing here between the 72, the 99, and the 84. As the 84 rolls the top around the 72. Alan Wernicke really sticking to that low line here, and it's not really paying off for him. He's down 3 positions since the start. Dylan Redding up 6, as well as Logan Hagerman. Those intensity neon drivers really making some moves here early in the race, up 6 positions, all 3 of them. Jake Ellingson has dropped about 4, and Dustin Buck with the biggest drop so far, back 9 positions to 13th, as he struggles a little bit, it seems. Oh, Dylan Redding into the wall, as well as Logan Hagerman. And that is the price you pay for riding the rim. Dylan able to get it off the wall clean. They're 3 wide. It's so tight back there. They're still 3 wide. Now they're 3 wide again. There is some major racing at the back here. Some Matt Knight's pucker moments if I ever seen them. Chad Waller must have wrecked. He headed to the pits. Dylan Dunford enjoying a 2.5 lead over Farron Elam Jr. at the front, but we got 3 wide racing back here in the back. We're really paying attention to that right now. Ben Park looks underneath the 84. As now that low side starts to prevail a little bit. And we see him starting to go around even the guys that have been running the high line the whole race here. The 72 now, Alan Warnicki able to find some speed there on the bottom. Lee Kraus just in front of them. Dylan Dunford out front. Let's see what he's doing and how he's driving away from the crew. Oh! And there's the price you pay. Good thing he had a 2.5 lead, but it's really going to diminish now. Doesn't look like it hurt him too much, damage-wise. He is having some pressure now from the 24. Dylan Redding has actually crashed. No caution yet. We'll jump to that in a second. Looks like these guys are going to just settle in for a second. Let's go see what happened there. Ooh-wee! Back across the track. Not sure how that's not a caution. Wow. And this league does do iRacing caution, so Dylan Dunford on the high line at 24 of Farron Elam Jr. trying to get a little bit of side draft. Not going to happen. Redding on pit road after that wreck. Go back and take a... Oh, Farron Elam into the wall. We'll go back and look at that Redding crash again. I just want to see who he got into as he came back across the wall. Then the 2 machine. Man, tough break for the 2. That's Daniel Stagner. Bradley Stefane into the wall a little bit there. You heard a little scraping. Everybody's trying to get as much out of this thing as they can. They know that high lane is the fastest way around, but man, some of these guys struggling with it too, getting into that outside wall. Once you get in that outside wall, you got some issues. Dustin Buck's recovering now. He's back up to P7. Devin Bacino, P4. Farron, after getting into the wall, still struggling a little bit, is now Lee Kraus closing that gap to him. On board with Lee. Lee's moved down to the lower line. He's not really making up any ground there on Farron. He's holding steady, about 7/10 back. Closed it a little bit there into the corner. We'll see if he makes any ground here. Start to see Farron there in front of him now. Half a second back. And Lee doing a really good job of just taking care of his car and his tires. Hanging out there. He was a smart racer last week. Found himself in that... oh, maybe that... No, never mind. That was Warnicki. Same team. Let's say Warnicki came in third. Or second. We got a little tight race here between the 8, the 00, and the 27. The 8 of Josh Fox to the inside now, Buccino. That was like a mid-corner turn down. Pretty nice move by the 8 there to get alongside the 00. Let's see if he can make the pass happen here through 1 and 2. Devin, a tough guy to get by. You see him pull that little left rear, or left front down to his right rear. That gives a little side draft that pulled the 8 back to him down this back stretch. But the 8 able to clear here into 3 and 4. Buccino's just going to let him go now. Actually, Buccino's going to come back, a little crossover. As he looks underneath now through the tri-oval. Buccino back to the bottom. Great race in between these two. Lee Krause has caught the 24. Is he going to be able to make the pass? Buccino getting some help now from behind. As Dustin Buck has caught them while they've been racing side by side. 3 wide into turn 1 and 2. Oh, Buccino gets tight. So does Buck. Ooh, that was almost bad. Buccino saving both of them. Maybe all 3 of them. Dustin Buck looking inside. Lee Krause was able to get to Farron, but not able to get by him yet. As you see, Lee really just taking care of his stuff here. To the inside he goes again. He's going to have a decent run off the corner here. But so does Farron as he holds that high line. Little wall slap, tank slap for Lee Krause there. Dylan Dunford, after getting into the wall, able to rebound and continue going here. As he's opened it up now over 3 seconds over the field. Dylan Dunford, your iOS ARCA Pro Series champion, so no stranger to these cars or these guys or this format. So it was just a matter of time before he broke through. Lee Krause finally gets by Farron Elam Jr. Now he sets his sight on the leader, Dylan Dunford. What can he do with the distance to Dylan? We are getting some pit strategy coming now. Rob Hamilton on pit road, Sam Serco as well. I don't know if that's damage related or if it's strategy. We'll see as this race progresses. Working lap 27 of 80. Some tight racing here between Ben Park and Alan Wernicke. We saw Ben Park go by the 84 a while back, and now here he comes working Alan Wernicke now. Or is Wernicke working Park? We'll see. Park to the high side. Warnicki stays to the inside. Warnicki with Buck Wild racing. Ben Park able to clear, as now he sets his sight on Devin Bacino, but that's a 2.5 second. Oh, and we have our first caution. John Bartlett has crashed. Uh-oh. Pull to Josh Hall. Josh Hall knows you can't get on the apron. When you get on the apron, bad things happen. Tough break for the 16. Also known as the 39, I believe. Yep. John Bartlett, the 39. Circo throwing it sideways as he comes off a pit road. John Bartlett's going to go hard into the inside wall here, I think. He's got him locked up. Oh, he didn't even get to the wall. That's great. As a whole host of cars on pit road, practically the entire field, with the exception of Sam Circo and Rob Hamilton. Doesn't look like Dylan had any damage from that first run-in with the wall. Some other guys not so fortunate. Looking at pit stop times. They'll populate next time by. You see there those two guys in front of Dylan. They weren't able to get out in front of the pace car, I guess. Rob Hamilton and Dylan Redding will have to get a wave around. And I think Sam Circo was able to get the lucky dog. He's on pit road right now. Stint links 29 laps there for most of the guys in the top 20, as none of them hitting pit road before. We'll use that here in a little bit as well. All right, the next restart will be on Dylan Dunford, as he is the leader. So we do not wait for the green flag necessarily. They wait for the pace car to dip off, and it will be his choice as to when to go. Dustin Buck making up some serious positions there on pit road. Maybe no tires, or maybe right sides only there for Dylan or for Dustin Buck. Let's see if track position matters. Dylan Dunford with a great launch. And he's going to look to get high as soon as he crosses that line. As we know, most of the guys were making up some serious ground early in the run on the high side. Remember, really loose early here. With that high side, 3 wide. Oh, it's not going to work there. Alan Wernicke gets a little touch from, I think that was Farron Elam Jr. It was. Got some really tight racing back here. As Dustin Buck gives chase to Dylan Dunford, Alan Wernicke behind him, Jake Ellingson in fourth there. All Buck Wild racers in the top 5. Not all of them, I'm sorry, the second, third, and fourth Buck Wild racers. Farron Elam Jr. in that 24, making something happen here on the low side. Nothing there. Slides back to the top. Logan Hagerman, after getting into the wall early, finds himself back up to P6. Tyler Aspinall as well. Devin Bacino just behind them. Dunford starting to check out again. As we watch the Buck Wild guys try to chase him down. Elam Jr. now to the inside. Oh, big wreck. Let's see what happened there. I think it was happening in front of them. Like the 3 of Setzer. Oh, the 29 just loses it on his own there through the middle of the corner. Early in these runs, these tires can get really, really loose. And just nowhere for these guys to go. The track is blocked. Atman through the grass. Lots of wreck. Lots and lots of wreck. '75, Mick Olofsson just coming in hot. No lift Mick. let's see what Mick sees. Maybe he just didn't see it. Pile drive. Let's go on board with Dave Wright real quick and see what he saw. It happened quick for him. He goes actually for a wild ride. About wreck avoidance. Your one and only Intensity Broadcasting announcer, Atlee Man Weiss with the wreck avoidance. Great job, Atman. That was a great save there. As we will work lap 38 of 80, almost halfway. Second caution. Some guys hitting pit road there, it looks like. Buck, Ellingson, Aspinall, Markle, Qualley, Park Green, Warnicki, Smith, Fox, Kraus, Circle all hitting pit road. That leaving Hagerman, Chaput, Stefane, Bartlett, Stagner able to slide up there in the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, respectively. If you're watching the broadcast, check us out on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If you're just seeing this for the first time, like, follow, and subscribe so every time we go live, you get to watch. So far, a pretty darn good race. Some 3 wide, 2 wide action, some great passing, and some guys clipping some walls. And, you know, a couple cautions, but so far so good. As we work the caution laps here. Lap 39. We go in back green flag action on lap 40, about halfway. Your leader so far and dominant performance from Dylan Dunford. Logan Hagerman's going to have the outside of Dylan here. Logan pretty good on restarts. We'll see if he can do anything with it, having the outside line. It's going to be tough considering he's got to start after Dylan does. So Dylan's going. Logan, a good jump. He's going to be able to clear Chaput, at least after they get through 1 and 2. Wow, Chaput able to clear up in front of Logan Hagerman. He didn't like me saying that. Logan to the inside now. Yellow flag is out again. And cautions are breeding cautions here at Kansas Speedway. Ooh, some 3 wide action here at the back. And it looks like Hamilton's going to get a little tight off the corner. And he does. He clips the 27 and sends Jake hard into the inside wall. Some more action there at the back. Looks like the 66. Chad Waller. Was that Chad Waller? Maybe it was a 55. Yep, 55. A little too high on entry for him and Richardson both. Waller comes down and then he goes right back into the outside wall. Some hard right side damage for him. Let's go back to this Ellingson incident real quick. Tough break for both of these guys. Hamilton's race gonna be tough to come back from that. A lot of guys on pit road again. A lot of them getting some damage fixed there from the wall. Got Farron Elam Jr. who got some damage there after the 55 came off the wall. Jesse Adams, the guy who hit the wall. And Tony Richardson behind him. And then Rob Hamilton and Jake Ellingson, your cause of that caution. All right, Dylan Dunford, Derek Chaputo is outside, and Logan Hagerman right behind him. The restart will be on Dylan Dunford. Dylan, an early jump this time. Hopefully trying to get Chapu sleeping. Not able to really do that, as both those guys behind him able to get a decent jump. Last time Chapu was able to clear Hagerman through 1 and 2. Is Logan able to do it as well? We'll see here. Hagerman not able to clear off a 2. Into 3 and 4. Will he be able to do it here? And nope. Hagerman slides into 3rd. As we find behind them, though, we got a little almost 3 wide action. It's not going to be this time. Tyler Aspinall to the bottom. The 21 of Bartlett thinks better of it. He's going to stay high. What can Aspinall do now with the 21? Nothing. He slides back in the line behind them. Behind them, we have Bacino and Quali. Quali, always one of those guys, kind of makes his way through the field as the race goes on. Tries to stay out of trouble. And a closer. Josh Fox in that 8. Looking pretty good. And they got a gaggle of cars behind them. We watch Nick Olofsson. I'm not sure who that was. They almost got turned, but it was close. What a save by whoever that was, though. Least to the inside now of Richardson. Saw Farron working with the leaders earlier. He's down 20 positions, having a tough race right now. That was Austin Green that with a great save back there. At least I think it was. Oh, we got some more guys going across the grass. Not sure what happened there. Let's see. Tony Richardson able to... No, hard into the inside wall. No caution for that, though. They're still green. Lap 50 of 80. And while Dylan Dunford tries to gap these guys, Tyler Aspinall really making moves now. Here he comes as he chases down Logan Hagerman. To the inside he goes. Caution is out. Dylan Redding and Lee Kraus. Oh, there's Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Oh, the 2. Let's look at that from a rear chase view. Yikes. Maybe we should go look at a lap before that or something. Maybe something happened before that. Nothing drastic so far. 22 kind of struggling there on entry as he almost slid up into the wall. You see the 29 of Richardson. Little lift there from Richardson. Dunford down, or I'm sorry, Dylan Redding down to the inside. Dylan on the apron a little bit. He's going to go down the apron the front stretch here. Redding clear right now. Oh, Atlee Weiss getting some of that as well. Oh, Lee Krause. No, not Lee. Lee having a great run here tonight. Dylan Redding not having a great one at all. Your new leader, Derek Chaput. As some guys have hit pit road here. That's Logan Hagerman. We'll look at him sent lengthwise now. Hagerman and Dunford hitting pit road there at lap 22 of this run. Chaput staying out. Bartlett hitting pit road. Dean Qualley, Devin Bacino, Circos, Richardson, Setzer, Green, Bartlett, and Buck all hitting pit road. I'm sure there's more than that even as you move back through the field. Atlee Weiss on pit road. Looks like he might be done as he is missing a wheel. All right, your top 10, Derek Chaput. Tyler Aspinall, Ben Park. Josh Fox, Devin Smith. Dave Wright, Tyler Markle, Farron Elam Jr., Jesse Adams, and Logan Hagerman on the freshies. Rounding out your top 10. Not sure what happened to Dunford there. Maybe speeding on pit road. As now Dunford, EOL, -20. He'll be at the back here. And we will be going green flag racing this time by Tyler Aspinall to the outside of Derek Chaput. Got some hungry drivers behind them. We saw Ben Park and Josh Fox making their way through the field earlier. Dave Wright with a rebound from an incident of getting into the wall. Devin Smith as well as Tyler Markle. All these guys in the top 10 been here all night, just haven't had the track position, and now they do. We'll see how good fresh tires are, as I would imagine Logan Hagerman and Dylan Dunford will be on a rail, trying to get them way back to the front. Derek Chaput, it's on you. And there they go. Tyler Aspinall switching lanes before the line. I don't know that that's legal. Not sure what the rule is here in this league. As they're off the corner, Chaput starts this gap. Tyler Aspinall is now Ben Park to the inside. Ben Park clears Tyler Aspinall with ease. Ben Park on a rail as he looks like he's going to run down Chaput quick. He's just rolling that corner just a little bit better than the guys in front of him are. Shapoo using that high line to keep the car wound up. Should have a better run down the straightaway. Park to the inside. Dave right now into the picture. That high side working right now. As Ben Park starts to struggle a little bit on the inside with the help from the 84. You can see a gaggle of cars behind the leaders now, as everybody wants to get to the front. So far, Shapoo able to hold them off. We'll see how long that lasts. We saw that outside line get really tight later in the run. I'd imagine by now these guys have figured it out, but we'll see. Dirty air gets it tight. So the 84 struggle there as Ben Park now to the door of Derek Shapoo for the lead. Ben Park able to clear up in front of Shapoo. Ben Park slides to the top. As we have the 21 now underneath him. Donnie Bartlett to the front. We'll get stint lengths for a second. Bartlett on 10 lap fresher tires, 15 lap better tires than Park there. Bacino coming as well. Well, that's the story right now. Who's on fresher tires? Right now, Bartlett able to start to gap just a little bit, but Bacino giving chase. As he now looks to get by Park. And they're on the same tire strategy, Bartlett and Bacino. 11 laps on the tires is each, as well as Dean Qualley, who's just behind them. You saw Dean at the bottom of your screen there, just clearing into P4. As they go by Atlee. Bacino giving chase now to our leader. Bacino to the inside now. Chino clears down the front stretch, and your new leader, Devin Bacino. Look at Tony Richardson. I'm sorry, Brandon Richardson there in the 29 as well. Let's see. Let's look at his stint length here. He's right on par with the rest of those guys. Those top 5 now. Dustin Buck moves into P5. So tires at a premium here late in the run. $14 laps to go. Will there be another caution? That is the question. If not, will Dean Qualley be able to get to Buccino? And if so, what can he do with him? Dean Qualley, Brandon Richardson, both up 26 positions from the start of the race. As now we have some lap traffic just in front of the leader there. As Devin looks out at his windshield, he sees Rob Hamilton. Some really, really tight racing here. I don't know that we're going to make it to the end. Ben Park sliding through the field here on old tires. That's Dylan Dunford, your dominant performer of the night there on the bottom side, second car back to 94. Watch for him when he gets clear here, be able to make a run. Now they're 3 wide. And they're wrecking. Yikes. What a save by the 95, though. And that is the signal for those guys who haven't taken tires to go get them. So the 95 looks middle, but then lifts. The 55 not ready for it. Tags him in the rear end. Warnicki gets a little scrape. That probably helped save that 95. And nobody gets finished off. So that's good. Buccino, your leader, didn't want to see that. He had gapped it just by a little bit. It's going to be a little bit easier for people to get to him now. Ben Park hitting pit lane. Logan Hagerman, Dave Wright, Josh Fox, Devin Smith, Matthew Setzer, Tyler Aspinall, Tyler Markle, Derek Chaput, Bradley Stefane, all hitting pit road here to what I would assume is get tires. Let's see what D. Wright is doing. I know he had some incidents early on. Maybe he wasted a pair. Who knows? In good. Right sides go up. He's getting tires. Tyler Aspinall, what you doing? Right sides go up. Logan Hagerman, what you doing? Left sides are up. Logan's down and away. D. Wright's down and away. Tyler Aspinall being held here. Maybe getting some optional fixed. Giving up some positions on track. What's your leader? Devin Bacino. Behind him, you have Dean Qualley, Brandon Richardson, Dustin Buck, and Donnie Bartlett, your top 5. Farron Elam Jr. is going to be P6. Dylan Dunford, 7th. Alan Warnicki, 8th. Mick Olofsson, 9th. And Sam Circle round out your top 10. We take a look at these stint lengths. 20 laps is about the average there. 19 Circle with probably the best in the top 10 there at 17. Not going to make that much of a difference. But a lot of these guys just hitting pit road. Park, Adams, Hagerman, Fox, Wright, Setzer, and Chaput all hitting pit road there. Adams actually a lap or two down, so he's going to be sliding back here. Maybe not. I don't know. No, he's not laps down. He's just out of position. All right. So Jesse Adams, 24th, currently on the lead lap. 20 lap fresher tires with not very many laps to go. 9 laps. What can they do with them? I think they're going to need a couple cautions here with these guys on the new tires to have any chance, but took about 15 for Devin to get to the point. A little bit less cars to go through, I think, for Park, Hagerman, Fox, and Wright, but we'll see what happens here. Don't count out people like Dustin Buck or Brandon Richardson, who's right there behind Dean Qualley as well, especially with this restart. These guys are going to be going for it here with 8 laps to go now. 7 when we take the green flag. So guys on new tires going to have their work cut out for them for sure. Let's see what they can do with it. Devin Bacino choosing the high side here. And Devin setting sail as the pace car pulls off. Dean Qualley a little bit late to the throttle there. That's going to allow Dustin Buck to get by him on the outside. Qualley stays inside. No help for Qualley. Buck into the outside wall, though. Yellow flag is out again. Not sure what happened there. And 3 wide there. So that's what happened. We found it. That's Jake Ellingson, Tyler Aspinall in the 55 of Jesse Adams, 3 wide here. Maybe Jake just didn't know they were 3 wide. I'm not sure there. Dustin Buck getting a little lucky there with the caution coming out as he gets into the outside wall, able to hold that second spot there. Good for him. Watch for Aaron Elam Jr. Early on in the race, he was up here battling for the lead with Dylan Dunford. He's one of the guys to watch here as these closing laps happen. We're going to be green-white checker, I believe, this time. Maybe not. Be green-green. I agree, TJ. A lot of crashing. People just not able to lift or get out of it in time. Lee Krause said wasn't a good run for him. I agree, Lee. You were doing fine. And he just got caught up. And Samantha Dirt, she says, "Go, honey, John Bartlett." So she's rooting on John in the 16. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me on a Monday night here, holiday week. Happy holidays to all. Hopefully the new year says good for you. Yeah, no worries, Lee. I agree. Bad strategy happens. It's one of those things. Three laps to go. Yep, it will be a green-white checker here from Kansas. Our first attempt. Devin Bacino, your leader, chooses the inside this time. And he goes. Another one of those changed before the line. Things I don't know if it's not a rule here in Extreme Forces Racing League, so Dustin Bacino, though, able to gap the last two times. Dustin Buck now and Dean Qualley really struggling to get to him. We'll see as they come on here. White flag is out. This will be the last lap of the race. Bacino, Buck. That's your time difference there at the bottom between Devin Bacino and Dustin Buck. Doesn't look like... Well, as I say that, Buck to the outside. Is he going to make it interesting? Not today. Devin Bacino, your winner here at Kansas Speedway. Great run there from Devin Bacino at the end. Strategy paying off for him and Dean Qualley and Dustin Buck. Some of these guys giving some congratulatory spins and such. That'll be Devin's first win here this season with the ARCA Series Extreme Forces Racing League. Christmas Cracker 80 from Kansas. Devin Bacino, no stranger to getting W's, though. He's got one career win from Kansas in the Xfinity Series, so great job to him. A little brake stand down the front stretch. And that's it for him. Let's pull in our third place finisher, Dean Qualley. Hey, Dean, you got Joe in the booth? You got me?
You bet I do.
Hey, man. The closer, once again, not able to fully close it out, but finds yourself in that top three there with some good fuel and tire strategy. Tell me about it.
Yeah, no, my goal for this race was starting the back because I didn't get any practice in, so I wasn't sure how the car handles. And then on that last pit stop I did kind of wear out my stuff trying to chase down Bacino early. So yeah, it was a good run overall.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys who ended up there in that top five, definitely the guys with the right strategy there. Some of those guys taking tires at the end, but it's a little late for them, so that's why they were able to get stuck in the back there. But awesome job, Dean. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody over at SCR Racing, you guys for broadcasting, everybody that's just part of this league. It's turned out to be really good. I'm super proud of them, and hopefully we can get some more green flag runs.
Absolutely, Dean. Well, congratulations on your podium finish, and keep closing these things out because it's fun to watch you come from out of nowhere and finish up there in the front. So,
I'll try my best.
all right, buddy. Dustin, you got Joe in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Joe, how's it going?
All right. You're trying to go 2 for 2. A little bit short there on the lap strategy, I guess, with Devin Bacino. Not enough time to really run him down. I saw you come in there out of 4, having a shot at it, but just not enough time there, huh?
Yeah, on one of those last restarts there, I started, I think I was all the way back in 20th, and I really used up my right front trying to get up through the field. In his restarts, I couldn't touch him on his restarts. I tried timing it, and it just didn't work. Every time I came up with a strategy tonight, there'd be a yellow that would mess with it, and I'm just stoked that I made it back into the top 5, let alone made it all the way up to second, had a chance to win it. I ran every position, I think, between second and 22nd. So
Yeah, it seems like that caution might have saved you there on that last one. You got into the wall just a little bit. I think these guys were going to start getting a run by you, and then the caution came out. So it was actually great timing for you.
yeah, that last one was a blessing for me. I was probably going to lose at least 2-3 spots. Just with the way all the different strategies worked out, and those mid-race yellows kind of really put a wrench in the whole having a fuel strategy. So for it to play out how it did for me and some of my teammates, Alan had a great run back too. Some of my guys got caught up in some bad luck situations, but
Yeah, some three wide racing will get you sometimes back there in the field. So, Dustin, you got anybody you want to thank or shout outs to sponsors or anything like that?
I'll thank SCR for sponsoring it, and thank you guys, and thank Dean, and Alan put together these paints this week, so thank him for the cool paints we're running. We're not identical, but our cars all have a common theme, and yeah.
Absolutely,
So
yeah, they look great on the broadcast. Shout out to him for doing that. Good job. All right, Dustin, we'll catch you next week. Well, no, 2 weeks, I guess. We'll be off next week here for the holidays, but we'll see you in 2 weeks.
yeah, sounds good. Take it easy.
Hey, Dustin. Devin. It's Joe in the booth. You got me.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
Well, I'll tell you what. You showed some patience tonight. there was some crazy things happening on track. You let some guys go by, and you find yourself with the winning strategy there on tires, and then able to gap these guys on the restart. So great job in that sense. But walk me through your race. I know you did have some adversity early on, but were able to battle through it.
Yeah, we had a pretty good car, qualified up front. Was struggling about on the high side because I know Dunford was running the top really smooth, and even if we were checking up early on entry, we were still really eating up the right front and falling back. So after we took one of our sets, we kind of started running the bottom, just checking up super early, really rolling it, and not getting full throttle until we were completely straight on exit. But then we fell back too much, so it was just could not find that fine line here, and I decided to pit with, I think, 25 or 35 to go, and I'm like, hey, we're good to the end. I'll just take tires. Drove through the field. It was tough saving and driving through the field because I knew Dean was following me the whole time. And I know some guys had a set left. I thought, if it went green there at the end, if we didn't get that last caution, D. Wright and Logan were going to be flying through the field on fresh tires. But luckily, we were able to catch one more, got a good restart. And I don't know if Dustin pit after us. He seemed a little bit quicker. So to get a good restart, that definitely made the difference at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I think the sweet spot there is about 20 laps to go. Anything less than that, you're going to get stuck back there, especially when you got 15 or so guys in front of you. And that's what I think happened to those guys back there. They ended up 12th and like 16th or 17th. So, yeah. Awesome job. Great finish. Great win. Your first win here with Extreme Forces, right, Devin?
Second one, we're actually able to seal out Daytona 2 being super patient.
Oh, true that.
Uncharacteristically patient, right, Joe?
Yeah, right. And so, hey, it works, right?
Yeah, no, it feels good to get another one for sure. We're off to a good start.
So awesome. You'll put your second checker flag next to your name and really cement yourself as that first place driver here in Extreme Forces. And anybody you want to thank before I let you go, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We know we got a week off for the holidays. So.
Yeah, I just want to thank SCR for coming on board for this Extreme Forces season. That's really awesome. Thank you, and for doing this, Joe, everyone at Intensity. We definitely appreciate you guys. I want to thank Level Up Subs. If you're looking to get your sports card graded, increase the value tenfold, look up Level Up Subs. And if you're looking for sports cards, you can reach out to me, Dev Sports Cards, on all social medias, New Craft Fine Jewelry. And if I don't see you Wednesday, Joe, I hope you have a very happy holidays, and thanks everyone for watching.
Absolutely. And what he's referring to on Wednesday is $5 to enter money race at the SCSRA guys. So they'll be doing that. It'll be next gen cars at Michigan, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, cool. Well, Devin, great job again, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, well, that wraps it up here from Kansas Speedway in the Christmas Cracker 80. It was a exciting race, couple cautions in the middle of the race there. Really kind of putting a wrench in some of these guys' plans, but overall, a great race from all. For Intensity Broadcasting, I hope you have a great holiday season here with Christmas and the New Year coming, and any other holiday that you may or may not celebrate. For Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Joe Wright. Happy holidays. As Atlee Atman would say, over and out.